All right, welcome to the channel. So I haven't really posted any videos lately because I've been working on something, but it's hard to work and post videos and do some stuff. But here's just a quick little video. Car's up in the air, front tires are already off. Had a little noise when I was driving, and as you can see, this is the 95 Pontiac Trans Am, and the outer tie rods, if you look at the way the rubbers are all no good here, right? A bad rubber, you know what happens with a bad rubber, right? So the nut is off, but if you can see that movement here, this movement here in the ball joint, well, this is an outer tie rod, but in the ball between this and this, it rotates, it has a ball. And once those get play, then it makes it hard. Well, not hard, but it makes the steering wheel have a little movement. And so when you drive, you feel the wheel going like that. So I measured with the wheels on the inner and outer of the rims, and I've only cracked this a half a turn. I'm going to put it back to where it was, even though it might be a different manufacturer. But once I put the wheels on, then I can adjust this, and I'm going to bring it back to my numbers that I had, so this way I don't have to get an alignment. Yes, you should get an alignment, but I don't want to. So let's get this apart so we can unscrew it, and I'm going to get a vice grip to hold this, and that will be basically almost a complete front end except for ball joints. You know, I got new sway bar end links. I bought the better quality one. I bought new struts and springs. I took out the drop springs because the ride was terrible, and front and rear. So let's go get a vice grip to hold this. Let's go get a hammer to tap on that, and then I'll come back. Okay, so a couple of taps on the hammer right here. I got my vice grip here, so I'm going to have it at 6 o'clock so I know where it is when it's done. I'm going to bring this down, and now this is the first one, right? So I'm going to count number of rotations coming out. That would be 1. Let's see if we count together. 2. I'm sorry I don't have like the count in Sesame Street where we have the numbers on the screen. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe a half, let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, and about a half. So it was about here, so about 16 and a half. All right, so let's go to the bench and look at the new part. All right, we're back. Okay, so as you can see, we got the old part, right? And here's the new part. So what I did is I wrote, we got 16 and a half turns on the passenger side, so this way I don't have to remember it. All right, so let's put the box up here for the time being. Let's get something to cut this bag open. Who likes to be in the bag? I don't know about that one. So, all right. And here we go. So we got a cotter pin. We got a locking nut that goes on the tie rod. I probably won't use that. We got a Zerk fitting that goes on here. So I'll have to put that in. Right? What do you think that size is? Probably 10 millimeter. And then we got a castle nut and a cotter pin. Okay, so looking at this to here, right? If we want center to center, right there, I would say they're probably about the equal length, which is nice. Okay, so as you can see, this ball boot, this boot here is nice and solid. This boot here is ripped up, but this is the problem. So you can see I'm pushing in and out right here. You see how I'm pushing in and out? When your ball joints go bad, and then you get the floppiness. So inside here, the ball wears out, and that's why you get to go in and out. So when you shake your wheel, you can feel the whole wheel moving. So it was good that we changed that so we don't break on the side of the highway. All right, so what are we gonna do now? We're gonna probably be best to put the, not drop my stuff, right? Probably be best to put the fitting in the tie rod, tighten it up, and hopefully it goes in correctly. We don't strip anything, and basically, yeah, you're just turning it in there like that. So, all right, let me come back. Okay, so it was a 10 millimeter. Now, with the tie rod going to be like this and the rim is here, I'm going to try to not have it like that's facing the rim. But I don't want to over tighten it where it snaps, so, unfortunately. So, that's a little tight. And that's a little better, a little better, a little too tight, hopefully. That's not too much. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, as you can see, the boot comes off, and this is super tight. I can't even move it, and it is already packed with some grease. But you can always put your own grease in. All right. So now this will be on the passenger front. Let's get back to that. All right. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna do that tie rod. Oh, there it is. All right. So tie rod's gonna go in. We're gonna try to keep this down, and we're gonna start here, right? It was somewhere around here it came off. We went 16 and a half, right? This would be your first one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and then if I had to go that much, okay, so that's about the amount of screw that I turned. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll put this back in here, right? You can push it in to get it to go into the spindle. We'll give it a little love tap. Okay, and then we're gonna go get the nut I forgot. As you can see, the manufacturers are different. So this was a 19 millimeter taking it off, and then the replacement nut is a 17 millimeter. I'm not really too fond of that idea. I kind of want to put the old one on, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I'm going to tighten this by hand, even though I can use the impact gun, but I really don't want to. So what we're going to have to do is this has the tie rod has a hole in it that we're going to put the cotter pin in. So we have to take the castle nut. This is called a castle nut. Why it's called a castle nut, I don't know, but you see it has the little holes in the tops. The cotter pin goes through the castle nut, through the tie rod, like that. Okay? And then we have to do is I should have looked for the hole, but I didn't. So we have to figure out where the hole is. Oh, I found the hole. First try, huh? How about that? Alright, so it's still a little tight. I think I'm in the wrong hole. Let's see if I can do a little more tightness on the castle up here to get the hole lined up better. Okay, so we should be pretty close to where it needs to be. Alright, and it's through. Now, maybe it's a little more turn, and it is hot today. Oh my goodness. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Alright, so instead of using the big massive hammer, I'm going to use this little guy. Little guy, since my tie rod doesn't want to, my cotter pin doesn't want to go through the hole correctly. Probably not 100% lined up, but that's okay. That's what what they make this for. Mass times acceleration is your hammer. That's where you use your force to bang it in. So now let me go on the other side to get my angle cutter. Alright, so we're going to cut through with the dikes. We're going to bend the cotter pin over so that this way the cotter pin cannot come off the tie rod and loosen up while we're on the highway doing, you know, the 55 mile an hour speed. Oh, it's 70 miles an hour down here. Anyway, so what I like to do is I like to bend my cotter pin on one side down, and I like to fold my cotter pin over. So once I get this all tightened up, I will show you. Okay, and now we have the original casting nut on the floor, but the 7/8 was the one for the inner tie rod nut. So what we're going to do is we are going to turn this inner tie rod nut 90 degrees. Yeah, I think it's 90 degrees to tighten up. So we should be pretty close to oh my goodness, why are you so tight, little man? Wow, that is really tight, you know, Kevin? Yes, it is. All right, let me see something. If I tighten it like that, then it's not going to be that way. You know what? I didn't even realize that I should have put this on when I loosened it up. It might have just been this whole thing turning. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to hopefully snug it. Okay. So now we will take this off. Alright. Let's come down and see what our finished product looks like. Alright, so where are you? Okay, as you can see, finished product would be castle nut is tightened, cotter pin is through the tie rod, new tie rod is assembled, inner tie rod nut is tightened to here. Okay, so if you want, you can watch me do this side as well. I mean, we're already almost there, or we can come back once I get this one done and the tires are on, and then we'll do with the measuring tape and we'll see how close we are. All right, so this side, driver side, is going to be the same progress. Okay, nut, cotter pin out, nut off, bang it with your big hammer, separate it, put the vice grip here, loosen this up, count the turns. All right, I'll be back. All right, maybe you want to watch. I don't know. Maybe that's the whole thing. Keep yourself busy. All right, so we're at top dead center here. We're going to take it off. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. All right, that's on a little deeper. 17 and a half, 18 and a half. All right, so let's go. Put you on pause and we'll go get the new part. 18 and a half. All right, we're back. Okay, so you can see the difference. Look at the wiggle. All right, ow. All right, so you can see the wiggle. This is the passenger side, how much looser this one is, right? And then you can see the movement. And then we have the driver's side. Didn't have a lot of play in it, but look at that movement. And the boot is shot. So it's still good in and out. Like, it doesn't have any movement like this. So if I could have put a new boot on this, I would have called it a day. But you know what? For $23, actually it was $20 each. And if you use a discount code, you save 15%. And if you buy it online, you build up reward points at Advance Auto. So if you use the old man's garage, no, I'm just kidding, you get 10% off. Use my discount code. No. Anyway, so the new one, you can see it's much tighter. Look, it doesn't even move. All right, so we got the tie rod in. It's gonna sit like this, and when it sits like that, the Zerk fitting will be easier for me to grease. All right, so let me put this in. Do we remember what the magic number was? 18.5. All right, so let me reassemble this and I'll come back. All right, just to show you what I was talking about, inside the thread, you see that hole in the thread right there? Like, you could look through it. Look through that hole, you see the light? Whoa, there he is. That's where the cotter pin goes through. So when you line up the castle nut, the space will go here and the cotter pin will go right through the hole. All right, so we're back at 18, and God, if I was only 18. Anyway, maybe we wouldn't have all these issues like LT and this and that, but let's get this guy assembled so we can throw the wheels back on and we can do our measurements. All right, before the wheel goes back on, I want to just show you with the cotter pin. So I bend one side over and the other side down, and that means that this ever loosened up, it would never go anywhere, so it shouldn't fall out. All right, so let's get this guy tight, and let's put the wheels back on, and then you are ready to see some measuring. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Okay, so you can see wheels are back on, lug nuts are back on, wheels are tight. So on our initial measurement, from inside of rim to inside of rim on the front, we had 51 3/4. And our initial measurement on the rear, we had 52. So what could be that half-inch difference? Could it be the way the suspension moves and stuff? Could it be an alignment? But you know what? The tires have been tracking nice and it drives straight as an arrow. So I'm going to try to get it back to those numbers and see. So what I did is, it's sitting at 49, and this is a +3. I don't know if you know how to read a measuring tape, but what you do is you look in the back and it'll have a number. So when you go from here to here, that's 3 inches. So now from the back, we should be at 52. All right, so if I put it in the back of the rim, and back of this rim here, straight across, we got 52. Nice. Now, let's see what we got. We should be a half inch short doing this side. So if I put it here, and I put it there, ooh, I'm right on the money. So I'm at 52. Okay, so what I could do is I could leave it. Because technically they're both at 52. Should I make this a little tighter? Well, you know what? I'm going to snug up the tie rods. So that might make it, but remember when we turned that one outer tie rod, how the thread there didn't want to turn, the rod turned, so that changed our half an inch of length. So we grew a half an inch. Now, if only we could do that in reality. Alright, so what I could do is I could bring this one, loosen it, right? Loosen this guy. When I loosen this guy, it brings, I was here, and I loosen it here. So if I take my measuring tape, and I go from here to here, and I lock it down, I should be close to 51 3/4, which is, yeah, pretty close. So that little bit of a turn is what changed my outer number. So my goal now is to try to get the outer tie rod to stay and just the nut to move. Just get this nut to turn. But you know what? 52 and 52 to me would be fine, because that means both tires are equally apart. And both tires should be going down the road kind of square. Right? That's what you would feel in theory. So what I'll do is I'm going to put my vice grip against the sway bar as tight as I can get it. now I'm going to try to crank on this one. So we knew we were here, we started up here, we're here. Let's see if we can get. So, alright. Okay, we got a little turn. That's good. Let's get a little more. Okay. And come on, buddy. Oh, that's that was on that tight. Let's check that number now. If we are close to 51 and 3/4, I'll be happy. And if we're 52, it's over here. Okay, so we are inside rim, straight. Let's see what number we got. Yeah, that's a half, that's almost 3/4. So we're like a 2/16 different from original. Let's see what the back is now. Back. Back is at 1/16 under 49. All right, we'll be satisfied with that. Okay, so should it go for alignment? Oh, 100%. We need to tighten that guy. So let's wrap it up because I'm sure no one's interested in what do you call it? Actually, you know what? You might be interested if you want to learn, right? All right, so let's get the vice grip out. Let's tighten the driver's side one. So this one's going to go down, right? Because we're going to be going down. So I'm going to put my vice grip as close as possible to the control arm. And I'm going to give it a little snug. Hopefully. Okay, that's tight. All right, so most likely if I took it for a wheel alignment, the guy in the shop would say, oh, these nuts don't want to turn and I can't align it, blah, blah, blah. Because a bunch of people, I don't want to know what the word I want to call them, but let's just call the vages, you know? Sorry for you women if you get offended, but you know, unfortunately, people don't want to work nowadays, and people don't want to do things that they could do easily with a torch. Let's heat up that bolt, loosen it up, put a little anti-seize on it, and send it on its way, right? After doing the alignment. All right, so Trans Am 101, we got 2 new inner tie rods to complete our front end work. Okay, so outer tie rods, inners are good. And you know what I could do is I could show you what I was talking about on the play. Okay, yeah, let's do that real quick. So let's put you down real quick. Can you guys see all right? Let's move you. All right. So what I was talking about was when you do, let's bring it down to short people level. So this way, I can kind of have more leverage. All right, so now I have more leverage because it's more at my level. So before, on the other side, when you did side to side, so here, side to side, I don't have any movement, no play. On the other side, we're going to do the same thing. This wheel could go beep, 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 beep. And now, it is nice and tight. So, I'm happy with that. So, let's lower this puppy down. Let it start up. Check the oil. Well, yeah, let's do a first start and we'll wrap up the video. So basically 95 LT1, the red-headed stepchild of the F bodies, and old man had it, died in 2010, car sat until 20, someone put a tank and a fuel pump in it, but it still had an issue. Then they had to sell it, so I picked it up, and it turned out to be mass airflow sensor. And I put I had the injectors cleaned, new plugs, new wires, coolant sensors, condenser, AC pump, one hose I think I put in this car, or maybe just a condenser, I'm not 100% sure. New windshield because it had a bullet hole in it, and new top and new interior. So now, once I get some more scratch going, you know, overtime isn't as much as it used to be, we'll be able to get this thing painted. So if you like the F bodies and you're fond of the LT ones, they're a good setup. They don't have a lot of power, but you know, if you put some heads and cams in them, you can get a lot of power. So all my cars, I change my dryers, whatever these things are called. I think these are called the AC dryer. I changed them. I put a new condenser in the front, yeah, to do the little radiator thing. And this one got a new mass airflow. We got a new snorkel tube. And let's see what it does. It's been sitting on the lift for a while. Some guy wants pictures of it because he was interested in it. But first thing first is what did I do with the wheel lock? Remember? I don't remember already. Is that sad? What did I do with the wheel lock? Alright, let's see if this puppy starts. Walmart diary. Not the best, but reasonable price. Come on, little guy. So I got a little exhaust leak when it's cold, but not that bad. You can hear it, it's more, sounds like it's on that side. Not bad for a stock exhaust. Oh, ice cold air, man. All right. Not perfect, but runs good. All right, so I guess that's a wrap. So, oh, there's the wheel lock. All right, so we'll put this back in the car. So, 95 F body, basically. So any F body or any car without a tie rod, it's a basic setup. So, thanks for watching. If new to the channel, you know, I have a lot of garbage going on, but I work on Dodge Chargers, and that's one right there. I got a Mustang project going on right here, and I got some F bodies right here. So I'll probably be doing this next one on camera, which is the same thing that we have on the lift now, but it's a black top, black interior. It needs a transmission, and if you guys look down, oh, there it is. There's Mr. Transmission. So that transmission's got to go into that car. All right, so thanks for watching. Be safe and have a good day, and stay strong. All right, in our next upcoming video, we will do a belt tensioner, because you can hear it making noise, and that's it right there. So that's it started up. You can start seeing that it's missing some stuff there, and once I push on it a little, I can feel it. All right, so next video will be belt tensioner 101. All right, thank you.